3 controllers go out on me on PlayStation 3, and that was when I owned it. I owned the PlayStation 3 for about 3 years, so that's something. That says something. If only 2 or 3 controllers go out on me, and I owned it for 3 years, but for some reason, PlayStation 4 controllers go out on me every 2-3 months time. Tops. So right now I'm trying to put the R2 button in on there, and I'll show you guys real quick here. What I need to do is see the little 2 groove things right here, and right here. Wish I had a better pointer besides my huge gigantic finger. I need to get these things, those little things there, to lodge perfectly in there, and I also need to get this spring in there just right too, all while keeping that paper there at the same time. So this is going to require both my hands, so I have to put the camera down again, and I'll be back with you guys in a minute here, and I'll just keep you interested by continually speaking about random shit. So anyways, the reason I'm doing this, the reason I found out, is because a couple of weeks ago when I was playing Grand Theft Auto, I wanted to do a burnout with my car. One of those glorious, show-off, chauvinistic burnouts. And I was sitting there, getting ready to do my burnout. I roll out of my garage with my car, and I'm sitting there, trying to do a burnout, wondering why my car is just making this retarded noise and not doing anything. I'm like, what the fuck? So I figured maybe GTA 5 is just glitching out. I thought GTA 5 is just glitching out, right? That is not the case. Oh, I think I have done it. I think I've got it done here. I think I've got it fixed. Actually, no. Oh, I accidentally moved the paper. I don't want to snap that on there yet. I gotta move the paper back. Good thing I got small little pokey objects that I can use to reach in there. Got this little piece of notebook spiral. That's kind of small enough. I just need to move that back into position. Is it in position right? Yeah, that's close enough. Let's move it over a tiny bit more. Yeah, almost got her. There we go. That's as close as I'm going to get for now to getting that paper in the right position. Now I need to get the spring in the right position. Oh, look at that, the spring went in the right position. Now I just need to snap this back on there without breaking anything on my controller or breaking my R2 button or breaking the hinges or breaking the spring. Okay, we have fucking liftoff, motherfucker. Fucking yeah. I don't know how effective. Now I gotta reach in there. Okay, so I have successfully gotten my R2 button back on there. Now you can see the paper is kind of askew from where I want it to be. Grab it. Kind of poly grip. I get like a poly grip on this motherfucker. Okay, I'll just put this down so I can actually do this. It's not completely askew. I just want it to be on there completely straight. I do not want it to come off. I've had very much frustration lately with this button. This stuff, especially now. Now I think, yeah, that is definitely going to work. That's going to work. Straight up. Okay, I think I'm really good at jerry-rigging things. As long as that paper does not come from that spot, then this should work. Alright, so now I'm going to put my controller back together, and that should take a couple minutes because I have to snap this back on there just right. And I have to be very careful. Very careful. By the way, I mean, I have to be like super freaking gentle. So, I don't know if that paper would happen to be touching anything electrical. I don't think it is. It doesn't look like it. But we may have a very different video if that paper happens to catch on fire inside of my controller. We might have a fail, don't try this shit at home video. Alright, I got the case snap back on. R2 button seems to be working. Alright, now we can put these 4 screws back in here. Now, I think they're all the same size. Does not look like they're any different size. I love this magnet wrench. Freaking magnet. Might mess up my controller with this magnet. Who knows? Who cares? I just don't want to pay $60 for a new controller. Hell, I'm broke. That's why I'm making this video. So, if you guys playing your game and your R2 button stops working in the way that mine did, if you play GTA or you play any racing games that require the R2 button, and it seems like your car isn't going as fast as it should, as if it's at half throttle, and you're not getting the RPMs that you really need, chances are that you wore down the button, your R2 button, especially if you play other games like Call of Duty or Destiny or just any game that requires you to shoot using the R2 button. Now, I personally have preferred in the past video games to use the R1 button, and when PlayStation 3 came out and they changed it to the R2 button, it confused the living shit out of me. And I was sitting there like, oh, why? But I can see why now. I mean, for PlayStation 4, yeah, but I mean, back on PlayStation 3, no. Because PlayStation 4, the way the controller is, the R2 is actually a trigger now, so it's not like just a button, so it's a trigger. So I could see why they would make R2 the shooting button now. They kind of made the PlayStation 4 controllers in close ordinance of being almost like an Xbox controller, but the only thing that stops me from saying that that it would be an Xbox controller is the fact that the analog sticks are in the same position that they've always been in. And don't know if I told you earlier, I can't remember because I'm trying to put this controller together, but when I had the PlayStation 3, I had only gone through 2 or 3 controllers, and I had owned the PlayStation 3 for about 3 years, I think. Somewhere in there. I think it was 3 years. It's 2 or 3. No, I think it was 2 years. It was 2 years or whatever, and I only went through... Oh, goodness. Stupid case, okay. So, yeah. 2 years, and I only went through 2 or 3 controllers. And PlayStation 4, only owned it for a year. I went through, I'd like to say 4 controllers, maybe 5. A ridiculous amount of controllers. Regardless of how many controllers I went through in the year that I've owned the PlayStation 4, just the fact that I'm going through more than 1 controller a year is terrible. I shouldn't have to pay $60 for a new controller. If they make these controllers so easy to degrade and break and malfunction, they need to make them cost only $20, in my opinion. So, like, you're paying $60 for a new game here. Alright, guys. I've got her reassembled here. Can you believe that? Can you believe you were looking at a mess of circuitry and wires and falling off button, and now you're looking at a reassembled PlayStation 4 controller. Alrighty, now cross your fingers for me. We're gonna see if this works. I don't know if I've got enough recording storage space for this video. This freaking iPhone does not hold much memory at all. Okay. Oh god, if I don't break my controller by dropping it, we'll see if it works. Fucking butterfingers. Wait for this to load. Hey, bitch. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yes, you don't have to be so dramatic. So I think this might really, really work. I don't know if it's going to work. I have to be very gentle for this controller from now on. I don't want that piece of paper to fall off of there. Farted. I'm sure that's going to stink. So, like before, I told you, it wasn't letting me do a burnout, which is crazy. It sucks. And it wasn't letting me shoot because I could not get a full trigger pull in because of how wore down that piece of plastic was on the inside of my R2 button. So I don't know if you guys have a problem like that and you just don't want to fork over the money and you feel like a do-it-yourself, fix-it-up kind of guy or whatever, or woman or whatever. Just take your controller apart, 4 screws to unscrew. You gotta really pry it open. You really have to pry the case open. It does not want to come open at first. I hope I did not break something else on my controller just now. Okay, now let's see if I can do a burnout. The one thing I really want to do here. Hold on. Oh, it works. It works. Yes. Yes. Yeah. I did it myself.